Hey everyone, I'm on late. It is 10:13 in California, which means that it is 1:13. Yeah, that's right, 1:13. 1:13 in the East. Oh man. Last night I was up. I was out. I was out, on late here, you know. I started at what 9 o'clock? No, not 9 o'clock. I started at 10:30. No, not 10:30. I started. That's embarrassing. I started at 11:30, somewhere in there, 11 o'clock, and then I went on and on. Or did I start? Whenever I started, that's bad, isn't it? Can't even remember when I started, can I? It was late. Let me try something here. Maybe if I type Zinny62, and last night's topic was Cavs, right? Cavs. Maybe I type Cavs. Celtics beat Cavs. That was 22 hours ago. Not quite 24 hours. So if I started 22 hours ago, yeah, that means because 24 hours ago would have been 1:15, right? I started 3. Yeah, I did. I started the second one. That was the second. I'm mistaken. That was the second time. I had 2 live streams of the same title. One was what it was. The other was the part 2, P2. Yeah, P2. May 15th. May 15th. Celtics defense exposes Cavs flaws. So May 15th, I started that one. Let me see what that looked like. Let's see what that's. That was 2 hours. Hey everybody. May 15th. May 15th. That was 2 hours in length. 2 hours and what? 2 hours and 10 minutes. One of the longer ones. The trouble is it doesn't give you the timestamp with these doggone things, right? I'm looking at Celtics beat Cavs 107-94. Raiders will play in Oakland before Las Vegas, and then Athletic Stadium, ENA. So this one was 2 hours, and the other one after that was like 40 minutes, giving you 2 hours and 50 minutes, almost 3 hours of time with me. My God, how can you stand it? that was a long session. That was radio level. You know how you turn on radio and some of the guys are on there for 3 hours. You think, how do they talk nonstop for all that time? And you realize that technically they don't, because they have commercial breaks. I have no commercial break here, right? I don't have any. I should, but I don't have anything that you know what I mean? You know what? I just realized I have a great idea. Hey, John Marks. I think it's a great idea because I thought of it. Of course, one could think that something's a great idea, think of it, and then later think it's not a great idea, right? All right. Hey, John Marks, how you doing? Joseph Bensman, how are you? Last night was a long night. This night will not be a long night. I promise you that. Last night was 3 hours. And I've gone lower than that. 4 hours, right? 5 hours. Yeah, one stream was 5 hours. Hey, Albert 106, how you doing? Albert, what's your real name? Why do you call yourself Albert 106? I'm just curious. What's the 106 all about? Is that because there was was there an Albert 105 and something happened to Albert 105, or was there an Albert 104? Was there a 103? You know, I wonder. It's kind of like 007, right? It's whatever happened to 006 or 005 or 004. I'm trying to remember the line from that Bond movie where he said, well, maybe 008 will do a better job. John Mark says it was a 3-hour show. Whoa, John. And you remember every minute of it. Sad. John Mark says Warriors in 6. Albert says Albert 106th Avenue. Oh, are you in Oakland, like 106th? Because we lived on 106th and Link in Oakland many moons ago when I was a grad student at Cal. Wow, Albert is in deep East Oakland, right, Albert? I mean, Albert, that's it. You were in deep East Oakland, man, right? Albert says yes. Joseph Bismarck says good win for Houston tonight, but we will see if they can beat the Warriors in Oakland. You mean in Oakland? I picked the Warriors in 6. Joseph, do me a favor. Never refer to Oakland as Golden State. Oakland, man. I mean, I know you're ensconced in there in New Jersey and everything, or New York, but I'm just saying. Hey, by the way, Joseph, have you ever been to 21? Albert 106 says he's at 106th and Sunnyside. Whoa, very cool. We lived 106th and Link, and then we moved up to Cameron Avenue off of the road going up there, and yeah, we had what was it? It's funny how things change, and you can't remember your doggone, address, right? Fortunately, we have computers to give us a kind of a jog, right? But Google's search algorithm is so screwed up now, you can't even get the reading you're looking for. Seriously, we were at 10951 Cameron. That's where we were. 10951 Cameron, and then we moved from Link to Cameron. Yeah, we moved from Link to Cameron. That's what we did. Yep, Link to Cameron. So we were. What happened was my mom met the man who became her second husband. After we moved in, I was finishing up grad school, and eventually in '91 I moved out, got my own place at Lake Merritt. Yeah, and yeah, because I had come back from Texas to go to grad school in '88, '87. No, what am I saying? Ugh. Did I just say that? 1980, 85, I came back. Come on, Zenny, this is bad. You should remember this. 1985, I came back to go to Cal. I went to Cal from 85 to 87. I graduated in 87. My first job out of grad school was with the Oakland Redevelopment Agency. I started September 9th of 1987. My first assignment with the Oakland Redevelopment Agency was to try to figure out how to move large and small pipes off of what was land owned by East Bay Municipal Utility District. You know it as the zone office across from the Coliseum now, today, okay? But Ezra Rapport, who was the architect of the Raiders deal later, but at that point was assistant city manager, sort of found me and gave me this assignment. And he also gave me like 3 inches of documents, right? And the documents were all about the property, everything I probably didn't want to know. So to make a long story short, I called a real estate broker. We toured different sites that would be suitable from a dimensions perspective. I made a report and a list of them because the broker is interested in, hey, are you going to do a deal? Are you going to buy something? I said, yeah, we might buy something, yeah. Ultimately didn't, but I did my job. I wrote my report. I got my cost estimates. Just didn't leave it to me to determine how to pay for it. I figured that was going to be tax money, whatever. So I get a call from a person. It was the East Bay Municipal Utility District property manager. I forgot Jones' last name. And Jones said, who put you up to this? And I said, Ezra. And her words were, fucking Ezra. Click, hung up on me. Because Ezra was known for doing secret backdoor deals, right? Or backdoor projects. And this was his backdoor project with moi as the tool. So I thought, oh shit. So I called Ezra, and Ezra came in and said, interject intern. That was my first assignment out of grad school at the city of Oakland. I went to Berkeley for grad school. It's the best 2 academic years of my life. I'm serious. You cannot go to a better place for grad school than the University of California at Berkeley. Okay? I will repeat that. You cannot go to a better place for grad school than Cal Berkeley. Mark it, note it, remember it. All right. What the frick happened to the Warriors? Yeah, I know they got blown out. Joseph Bismuth says it was a great win for Houston. Albert 106 from Sunnyside, what do you say about it? John Mark says all the Warriors need is 1 win in Houston. They got it. And John Mark says the Raiders owner needs a reality check on Vegas. New slogan should be Vegas don't work, baby. Albert 106 says, nice this area has changed a bit. Oh, I'd like to know how. John Mark says, because I haven't seen it in a long time, John Mark says, and even though I go to the Raiders games and stuff, I haven't ventured over there. John Mark says 1985 was last season for Oakland Invaders football. This is true. Now, let's go to the stats on the Warriors game, as I like to do, and I'll type Golden State Warriors, and I'll, let's see here, which they remind us the Warriors won 127-105. Wow. Basically, the Rockets won by 22 points. That's not funny. 22 points. So you click on the game recap, and we have, and I got a question for everybody after that. We have Kevin Durant with 38 points, Andre Iguodala with 5. You know what? I can look at this right off the bat and see what the problem is. There are only 2 Warriors in double digits, unlike 5 before. There are only 2 Warriors in double digits. That's the bad news. The good news is that everybody contributed. So it's just a matter of production. I mean, you had everyone off the bench contributing, okay? But as my mom pointed out, she goes, at one point, who's playing? I don't know these guys. Kevin Durant and Steph Curry were the only people in double digits, 38 and 16 respectively. That's it. The others, Draymond Green, he had 6. Klay Thompson, 8. It was just a lousy game. And my mom observed that they weren't trying. So I'm going to borrow what my mom says. They weren't trying. Maybe they were full of. I don't think it was that the Warriors were full of themselves, but the Rockets were really getting their shots off better, and they were holding the ball not as long. They weren't lackadaisically doing it. Okay. Now, can the Warriors respond to that? Of course they can. Of course. Hold on a second, folks. And I will get your comments real quick. Let's see, empty trash. Just trying to cancel and stop things here. Wait a minute. You ever like pull a command down on your Mac, and instead of it going all the way down to where you want it to go, it stops just before it, and you don't know why it did that? It just happened to me. You know, I went to force quit something that accidentally spontaneously opened, and instead of going to force quit, it stopped just before it. I thought, why are you doing that? I'm pulling it down, like, go down! Yeah. Okay, you get the idea, all right? Joseph Benjamin says, tonight, PJ Tucker, Aliza, and Gordon stepped up. Richard Hike says, how you doing, Richard? He says, I'm late to the party. Did I miss the Raiders news? No. You just got here. Let's see here. I've only been on, a few minutes here? I've been on 14 minutes and 12 seconds, Richard, so you haven't mentioned, you have not missed a thing, my friend. Barry Lee says hello to you. John Mark says hello to everybody. Barry Lee says hello to everybody. And salutations, all right? So, the Rockets blew out the Warriors. Let's see what the comments were with respect to the news. Worth reading. Warriors versus Rockets. Let's see here. Go up here. News. I'm particularly interested in the dirty play part. I don't know if you saw it all the way to the end or almost to the end. This pushing by both Draymond Green and Kevin Durant. I didn't know what that. I didn't know what that was about. Okay. Uh, here's what the headlines read. Rockets get everything they need to top Warriors, even series. Second half thread, Warriors have some work to do. Golden State Warriors get turned up for Game 2 against the Houston Rockets. That was 5 hours ago. After taking the Warriors' best punch, the Rockets responded with a haymaker. Warriors versus the Rockets Game 2 live updates. Kevin Durant scores 37 to lead Warriors over Houston. That was from, of course, the game before. So let's see here. It's friendly foes. Interesting. Jerry West on leaving the Warriors. You have to be wanted. That's interesting. I did not know that. Jerry West on leaving the Warriors. You have to be wanted. Let me come back to that. You have to be wanted. That's true. So the Warriors didn't want the great Jerry West. Wow. The Warriors did not. That's something else. Okay. That's something else. And let me see what the comments are here. I'm reading this, but you know what? I'm reading this, but the one thing that I neglected to do was the one thing that I usually do. Look at what the opponent did, right? So I'm going to look at what the opponent did real quick. I already looked at what the Warriors did, but I didn't look at the opponent. Okay, the Rockets. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players in double digits. They were led by James Harden and Eric Gordon. Chris Paul had just 16. Ryan Anderson had nothing, and Joe Johnson had nothing. So even with their performance, the Rockets had 2 players on the bench that scored nothing. But the fact of the matter is they had 5. Yeah, they had Trevor Ariza, P.J. Tucker, James Harden, Chris Paul, and Eric Gordon. They had 5 who scored in double digits. I was looking at this stat, and all of a sudden, this is really weird, folks. P.J. Tucker and Trevor Ariza alternate positions. You have to see this. This is really strange. Look at this, okay? Look at this, all right? I want you to pay attention to this. See this P.J. Tucker, Trevor Ariza, right? Keep looking. Keep looking. Keep looking. And see, now that I show it, it doesn't switch on me. But this was switching back and forth, okay? It was really weird. Ariza and P.J. Tucker were switching positions. That was really bizarre. And now, because I point to it, they stay put. The minute... Oh, I'm not kidding you. Wait a minute. You think I'm kidding. I am not kidding you. I am not kidding you. That's bad. Something in there is it's, you know what? Lars. Knock it off. My friend who passed away 4 weeks ago, it's only Lars would figure out how to pull that kind of thing. Lars, I know you're up there. Come on, dude. Wow. I'm not kidding you. Trevor Ariza and P.J. Tucker were switching positions. I was like, what is this? It was weird. And now it stopped. Only Lars would do that. Okay. Anyway, point that I'm making is that you had 5 Rockets in double digits. Okay? That's it. Whereas the Warriors players, they were awful, man. This was an El Stinko game because you had David West with 6, Jordan Bell with 6, Klay Thompson, David West with Jordan Bell with 1, David West with 4, Klay Thompson with 8 points. That's the problem. He was 7 rebounds. No, he was 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 8 points. And get this, folks, he played for 37 minutes. Klay Thompson, if you want to know what happened in this game, just look to Klay Thompson's stats. He played 37 minutes, which is tied for the most with Draymond Green. And he got 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 8 points. Draymond Green played the same amount of minutes, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 points. That's all you need to know about what happened to the Warriors. That's it. Straight up it, okay? And so they are talking about how Houston got a steamrolling win. And so, let's see here. Saying that, Curry struggled mightily, basically telling us everything that we know. And I'm yawning because it's kind of like, tell us. Reason I'm yawning about this is because they're not telling us about that shoving thing. What was the shoving thing all about? I don't know. What was the shoving thing all about? Let me go back to your comments. Joseph Binsman points out, and I think quite correctly, that was a punk move by Draymond Green. Adam Miles, how are you? Joseph Binsman says, that's a big underperformance. Clay with only 8 definitely needs at least 8 or 20. Albert 106 says, Curry and Clay playing like the... What does that Google Eye thing mean? I saw that before on Twitter. What does that mean? That's a new thing. This is the second time in 3 nights I've seen that. What is that, Albert 106? Barry Lee says, I like I said, this will be 6-1 Warriors. And, John Mark says it's SHIT, okay. Oh, I get it. But it's kind of hard to tell it's that because they have eyes on it. It's like they're putting eyes on, right? You know what I mean? I didn't know what that was. Folks, this is what I'm talking about if you're watching this and you're saying, what's he talking about? It's this, okay? See that thing. All right? And they're saying that it's SHIT, it's poo. Playing like poo, okay? I didn't know that. That's interesting, okay? At least see, now that I know what that is, I'll know when I see it on Twitter, it's referred to me to basically pick off the person who used it. Because that happened. Yeah, I'm just saying, okay? Crawford says, hey, Crawford, how are you? Crawford says they were a little stinky tonight. No, they were stinky tonight, a little. Barry Lee says, it's been on the keyboards for YouTube for years. I'm sorry. I've never seen it before. I've never used it, Barry Lee. John Mark says, emoji for poo. I get it, okay? I get it. Poo on you all. Poo. It's not so immature, though. Poo. I'm gone from what? How old am I? I'm gone from 55 to 15 in the matter of, what? 5 minutes? Wow. Talk about a regression. My Lord. Oh, I didn't think that would happen. Bradley says, yeah, just Puya. It's, John Marks correctly points out, it's Romper Room. Cowboy Wrestler, how are you doing? He says, things will change once they begin play at Roracle 5. Yep. I like that. Who coined the term Roracle? I wonder who coined that term. Roracle. Who coined that term? You know, I ought to see if I can invite my friend Vern Glenn on. We can talk Warrior basketball. The Roracle Phenomenon, 2013. Roracle Cloud is a Roracle Magic John. It's even in the Urban Dictionary, along with Maw. Roracle, nickname for Oracle Arena. We know that. The question is, who coined the phrase? Who made up this term? Roracle. The home of the 2015 NBA champs, the Golden State Warriors. Oracle is called Roracle because it's the loudest arena in the NBA. Guy 1. Dude, I can't hear anything after going to Roracle last night. Guy 2. What? I can't hear you. I was at Roracle yesterday. I don't know who came up with it, all right? Joseph Binsman says, Trump has been 12 his whole life. Sad. John Mark says, where's Miss Nancy when you need her? Yeah. Barry Lee says, no one's calling the new arena Oracle 2. What would you call Chase? If it gets noisy, you can't roar chase? That doesn't make any sense. Chase roar? No. Chase loud? Loud chase? It doesn't fit, It doesn't roll off the tongue. Loud chase. That doesn't roll off the tongue. Chase eardrums? What would you call it? because it's Chase Arena, right? It's Chase. I mean, the rule is you have to have a nickname that goes with the naming rights name, right? So in the Warriors case in San Francisco, it's Chase Arena, right? So we have to call it something Chase. Bradley says I would call the new arena Oakland Arena. Yeah, it'd be nice. But Albert 106 says is going to the 1%. Yeah, you know, I have to make a comment. The 1% in this whole problem is really produced an epidemic in Oakland of people who don't care about producing low-skilled, well-paying jobs for those who need them. They would rather chase those jobs out of Oakland or come up with some garbage so that they don't appear, and then focus on building more and more housing. Affordable housing is only one half of the equation. The other half is jobs. Oakland has forgotten how to do economic development. It is not ran properly at all. It is not ran well, okay? Period. It's just not. I'm calling it like I see it. I've been around long enough. Oakland needs, you know, it reminds me of what Jack Nicholson said when he played the Joker in Batman. This town needs an enema. That's exactly what I mean, okay? There. That's exactly what I mean. This town needs an enema, all right? So, I mean it. I'm tired. Y'all got it? Horrible stuff, you know? Bad stuff. Bad stuff. This town needs an enema. Okay, where are we here? We are... Barry says, what about Candle Arena? John Mark says, Oakland needs an enema. Crawford says, Oakland needs a shakeup. I agree. I mean, we need all that stuff, okay? We need an enema, we need a shakeup, we need stuff. Just, you know, period. You know, just stuff. Okay? Oakland needs an enema. I'll say it. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Zenny62. How you doing? All right? I say that because we've jumped up to 20 now. And all right, we're trying to figure out a name for the new Oracle Arena. No, the new Chase Arena that will reflect, since it's designed to be loud like Roracle, what would you nickname it? You can't call it Roracle because it's not called Oracle. Unless the name says, but too late, okay? It's called Chase. So what do you call it? You call it Hair Chase, like, you know, hair stand on end. And Joseph Ben says, I heard Trump went after Mayor Libby today. Really? Mark's 2008 for mayor. Vote the people in Oakland out of office. Well, I am a person in Oakland. Don't vote me out of office. What do we call it? Come on, help me pick it up. I want a name. Do we call it Chase Ball? Noise Chase? Noisy Chase? Chase Noise? Chase Noise? Chase Loud? Chase, what's Spanish for loud? Let me see something. What is Spanish? What's Spanish for loud? What is, let me see here. Spanish, it's English to Spanish, right? So let me see. Loud. L-O, loud. Chase Ruidoso. Ruidoso Chase. Ruidoso Chase, right? Chase Ruidoso. Chase Ruidoso. It still doesn't fit. It just isn't cool like Roracle. That just rolls off the tongue, all right? It just does. Bradley says, walk arena since it's Chase Arena. John Mark says Chase Ball Arena, but it has to be loud, something that refers to the noise. And Crawford says the house that Lacob built. How about Joe's Loud House? Ooh, Joe's Loud House. I kind of like that one. Joe's Loud House. That would make sense since Joe built it, right? Joe's Loud House. Joe's Loud House. There you go. Joe's Loud House. Not quite Roracle, but Joe's Loud House. That's the nickname. Crawford says the Warriors still belong to Oakland Arena. I know, but look, I'm only dealing with what is, okay? I'm only dealing with what is, all right? Okay? Joseph Binsman says represents the Joes. Yeah, well, it's not. That's the whole point. Joes are not billionaires. Joe Lacob is a billionaire. He is not your standard Joe. I'm going on about this stuff. Jeez Louise. It's just, I'm already pissed off because the Warriors lost and everything else. All right, let's see what's going on with the Raiders and that whole deal with the stadium tax, because I haven't seen any numbers. Doesn't mean they haven't come in, right? Let's see here. Raiders. Raiders tirade. Raiders was fired. It's weird. Or is Raiders Stadium? How about Raiders Stadium tax? Boom. See what I get here. Ooh, hey, you know what, folks? Okay. I think he made a mistake here. But wait a minute. He says the room tax dedicated to the Raiders UNLV Stadium collected in April was $3,925,849. Okay, so yeah, because you had March. Yeah, that's April. Okay, April. Thank you. It was 3 million. So there it is. He gave it. He answered 6 hours ago. He said it was 3,925,849, and that's for April. But I think he means March. He made a mistake because let me go back. Let me see here. Go back here and open up Raiders. Anyway, I thank you very, Steve Sisolak, Commissioner Sisolak, for your assistance. It's very nice of him to do that. Very nice of him. So let's see here. Raiders. I know I sound goofy saying that, right? XLS. Hold on a second. Raiders. Let me go to the SNTIC. Try it. How about this? SNTIC. 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 And not giving me my normal thing here. There's all my files. And I know my spreadsheet's here. Okay. We're gonna fight. Computer, we're gonna fight, man. Give me my thing. We're gonna fight. Raiders Las Vegas spreadsheet. Groundbreaking. Let's see here. Ain't it. Okay. That's the stadium spreadsheet, which is not what I'm looking for. We try .xls. There. They've got all my files. How about this Mac? SLS. Raiders Hotel Complex spreadsheet. I'll go to Documents. Documents, SNTIC. SNTIC name matches. There they are. This is ridiculous. You know, it's supposed to give me my document. Whoops. Oh, I know. I'll go through Open Office to open it. It wasn't giving it to me. the way it should. There's SNTIC Stadium Tax Bond. Let's see if that works. Somehow there was an incorrect file name saved. That was me. Hey, Eric Young, how you doing? How you doing? We'll get this straightened out. Hold on a second. We'll get this straightened out. Hold on a second. Okay. And open says me. Get it? Open says me. Oh. Okay, that's the wrong one. That's the old one where I was comparing debt coverage ratios. Let me do open recent documents. Let's see. EBA. Yeah, there it is. SNTIC tax worksheet, right? No, it's not it. Wait a minute, that is it. Tax worksheet. All right. Boom, there it is. Okay, now. Yeah, so he gave me the wrong information. He gave me the information for what he thought was April, but it's supposed to be March. But I can plug this in now, okay, and I can see where we're at, okay? It is 3,925,849, right? 3,925,849. Voila. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that we are now changing revenue 0.018. I don't know why that's it's a weird currency figure. I have to change that formatting. Formatting cells should be a percentage. Change in revenue. Change in revenue should be percent, not general. Okay. Boom. All right. Yeah. So the change in revenue was not that one. The change in revenue was an increase of 18.97% over the previous month of February, which is 3,300,000 roughly. Okay. I got to get the exact number, but the bottom line is, if you were to compare it to monthly tax revenue needed to cover debt at 1.5 times debt service, assuming well, actually, in this instance, I assume the bond issue was at 650 million. Okay. Assume that was average bond debt service was 3,057,777. That was the average, whereas the monthly. And let me go back and work and open my Raider. Oops, wrong one. My Raider bond issue. Hit cancel here. Open recent documents. Valuation. It's bond valuation. Is that it? No, that's not it. Oh, come on. You think I'd have this thing being better organized, right? Okay, SNTSC tax worksheet. Raider bond calculator. That's it. I found you. Raider bond calculator. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Okay. I used 700 million with a bond repayment, calling for a bond repayment of $3,808,158. All right. But you know what? This was, let me put 650 in here, because I know I did it right the last time. That's wrong. $650. 650 million. Oh, no, that's the monthly bond repayment. Maybe I used all the 750. 750. And nope. Interest rate. Well, it's not clocking in properly here. So my interest rate was that. Let me see something here. 700, 45102. It's got to be that. Okay. Oh, it's the difference is the interest rate I was using. I think I was playing out different interest rates. Okay, so bond amount. I think the interest rate was 3.2, right? So it's 3.25. It's 3.46. How about 3.2? 3.20. It's 3.7. Nope. It's a little higher. 3.21. Let's just say it was that, because I said 750 million. But they only raised, no, because they only got 645 million, which means they only did 650, yeah, so yeah, 650 million there. And let me try 3.25. So there's your monthly bond repayment there. 2828841. All right. Smooth that over here. 2828.841. Go back here. It should be 2828.841. Boom. All right. Meaning the monthly debt service will be $4,243,261, which leaves us with still more of a, assuming a level debt service, still, if we use the past numbers over the past year, right? And then ran that known PC set of information with this in this spreadsheet. This is what I'm doing. Let me show you what I'm doing, okay? This is worth looking at, okay? All right. This 2,828,848 is from this bond calculator, right? 650 million, 325, okay? There, all right? Now, I'm only using this because the actual proceeds were just less than 650 million. They 645 million. So that tells you what the bond issue was. It wasn't 750 million. It was really 650 million, but they really didn't even get that, okay? So let's use this monthly bond repayment here as an example. I could use the actual bond numbers as a test, but they wouldn't kick in until 2019. Okay, right now, they're still collecting money. They're not actually paying a bond issue. The bond issue payment doesn't kick in until next year. I know you're saying it was approved this year, but the way it was designed, they're collecting money, the raters collect it, but the proceeds are not delivered until next year. Well, no, excuse me. The first leg of proceeds are delivered this year, 25 million. They're delivered in stages. But in earnest, the money that's to be applied to the bond issue is not done until 2019. So because right now the raters are collecting it. It's supposed to be a 2-year pay-as-you-go. The Stadium Authority collected up till last month. They gave that chunk to the raters May 1st, and the raters collect the rest through the next year, okay? So with that, where are we? Where we are is there's still a problem. There's still, if you compare these numbers to, and assume the bond issue was being paid for this year, rather than the raters just collecting the money, look, this is what you have. Surplus, remember a year ago? This is still the best. We haven't seen this. This was March of last year. We haven't seen this. Okay? We haven't seen this since. All right? That's March of last year. This is March of this year. You see the difference? 5 million from March of 2017, 3.9 million March of 2018. You see that difference? Okay? And look at that. All right? Meaning what? Meaning this. Meaning that this is the future cost to taxpayers under this level debt service scheme. Now under the debt service scheme that they're proposing, where they push all of, where they keep the debt service lower at the early years and raise it, you're not going to see this. But at the back end, you will. It'll be worse. Because Las Vegas has had 10 straight months and counting of less total visitors per month than the year period before. In other words, starting in June of last year, June 2017 had fewer visitors than June 2016. July 2017 had fewer visitors than July 2016. August 2017 had fewer visitors than August of 2018. September had fewer visitors than September 2017 had fewer visitors than September 2016. And then, of course, we have October, sadly. October visitors were less than in 2017 than they were in 2016. And it's at that point, the low visitor numbers continue, and you have the majority of people who say, well, you know what? 1 October was the problem. 1 October was not the problem. It was long-term structural change in Las Vegas economy. I've said that on an almost nightly basis. But this 3.9 million number for March indicates this is a gigantic problem, folks, because a year ago it was at 5 million. It was at $5 million, okay? They have collected $1.9 million less a year later. Ooh. This is bad stuff. This is the continuation of a crisis, folks. This is the continuation of a crisis, folks. The Raiders are not getting enough money from the stadium tax, for the bond issue, for construction. This is a problem, okay? It is still below where it should be. I knew it was going to be a problem when I saw the visitor numbers were less, but I didn't know it was going to be this great a magnitude of the problem, okay? Trouble, 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 trouble. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you say it, you can say it's trouble, man. Or you can go the Marvin Gaye route and you can sing Trouble Man. Regardless, it's trouble. Phew, all right. Miles Lundquist. Okay. Barry Lee, good night. I'll see you, all right? John Mark says, Clark County, where the suckers are every day, just come feel the excitement. Ooh, that's bad. I like Clark County. I like the people there. But John Marks really did say this, folks. I'm not just saying this. You might think I'm making this up. No, see, blame John. All right? Then Oakland? Who the heck is Oakland? Anyway, that sounds like a rugby player. All right? So anyway, Eric Young is doing... Oh, so while I was away, you all are doing your laughs. Okay? Got it. Okay. Crawford says, combine the tragedy and Supreme Court repeal the sports betting. Look out. Ding. Yeah. John Mark says, that's a good thing, Zinni. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing for the Raiders, okay? It's a bad thing for the people who worked on the project. Cowboy Wrestler says Vegas is not what people think it is. From my experience, it's very overrated. Cowboy explained that. I think Vegas' problem is that it's simple. It's losing its economic edge. And it has to come up with that something special. And they saw that something special as being this large convention center, but Adelson felt that something else was, well, it wasn't so much that Adelson felt that something else was really needed. He wanted tax dollars to go to something other than the competing stadium authority. And so along came Mark Davis, and the rest has been history, okay? But they really rushed into it, and I think in retrospect, the project would have been much better off if the Raiders had agreed to a $550 million subsidy and found another cash partner other than Adelson to partner with. I mean, assuming, of course, Adelson would have allowed that. Either that or just don't do the project. Okay. But they did it. They're down this road. And I would worry. I would start to worry about this now. Guy Hobbs of Hobbs On would say, well, Zenny, we're definitely looking out for the taxpayer, and I understand your concern, but with respect to the Raiders not having enough money at this point in time, that hasn't been something that has been communicated to us. That's how Guy talks. He's very smooth, very measured, very nice person. Okay, talking about Guy Hobbs of Hobbs. All right, he's the one part of the team that headed up the financial financial consulting for the bond issue. Who put himself in a heck of a political position. Guy, hey man, I can see Steve Sisolak coming to Guy, you know, you got to come up with these numbers. You come up with these numbers, I'll make you rich. You get all the business. Yeah? Make me look good. I'm running for governor. I'm not kidding you. I really don't believe their communication was far different from that. And note, I didn't say Guy said anything. It was all Steve talking. Sisolak, Commissioner Sisolak. Guy, okay, I can see, and he's a tall guy. He's a big man, so he's like, he likes to impose his size on you, you know? I think it's interesting. I like Steve, you know? I think Chris is going to be the governor. I like Steve, though. I did say I think Chris Giuliani is going to be the governor of Nevada. And I think if that happens, Nevada will get a fantastic governor. I don't know where Dan Schwartz is, and I'm not saying that Dan Schwartz would not make a great governor of Nevada. He would. I'm only calling it like I see it. But it'd be great to get an expert on just to see where things are going. All right. Crawford says that subsidy was dangerous from the start, and it still is. Yeah, it's like candy, you know? Have some candy. Oh, yeah. Well, sure, I want some candy. I'm a Raider. Give me the candy. It's too much candy, all right? Eric Young says, why does it seem like we're the only ones who see the glaring problems in Vegas? Because we look on a regular basis? You know, we're in a real problem, okay? Overall in society. People just, they don't study much about anything. There's no in-depth thinking anymore. Because people are so bombarded by information, and I mean in general, that they like to come to these simple, light answers. They don't want depth. People are either overworked or overwhelmed, or both. You're overworked with the jobs you have to do to stay afloat, or you're overwhelmed by the information you're taking in, or you're both. All right. Ben Rossi said, "Will you still root for the Raiders despite this move?" I've gotten over being angry. Yeah, I like John Gruden. We'll have to see. I like. I've always liked. I like people in the NFL. It's not so much. Although it's not so much logos. Although Raiders are a soft spot, but the Oakland Raiders. When I think of the Raiders, I think of people like the late Gene Upshaw, who I knew. His brother Marvin Upshaw, who I knew as a boy. Otis Sistrunk, who knew my mom, who's around here in Georgia someplace. George Atkinson, who's also around here. I got to give him a call. I think of folks like that, you know. I think of Ray Chester back home in Oakland. I think of the Raiderettes that I got to know when I was close to the Raiders and as a Raiderette judge, right? I think of the Raiderettes I met later in life, at the Coliseum when they were celebrating, I think, that anniversary they had. I think of Amy Trask quite a bit. I think of Morris Bradshaw quite a bit. I think of Al Cosan a lot because he taught me all the NFL politics I know. It's hard for me to look at the Raiders and not feel something because of my personal connections to them. You know? So that's always going to be, that's all that's going to be there, and I can do nothing about that. That's just it. So let's see here. So I hope that answers your question. Crawford wants everybody to support Dan Schwartz and keep Sisolak out. Eric Young says, because just maybe the general public knew all of this, then maybe people can stop singing the praises of this Las Vegas foolishness. Eric, I think that's going to happen, and the reason I think it's going to happen is because, pure and simple, I think people are going to keep singing the praises because it's Las Vegas. And one thing you can't forget is that Las Vegas is one of the centers of American culture. Think about it. When you think of the Rat Pack, what do you think of? Well, of course, Sinatra, Sammy Davis, right? Think of Dean Martin, right? Okay. You think of Joey, all right? But then also you think of Las Vegas. That's the Rat Pack. When you think of Hangover, the movie, you can't help but think of the Rat Pack, okay? You think of Mayweather, you think of fights, you think of some of the most famous fights in history. You think of Evel Knievel and when he jumped over the Caesar's Palace fountain. Well, all of that and other memories I haven't even mentioned that someone else might come up with, and I don't even know how the Golden Knights are doing right now. All of that means that Las Vegas is part of the American psyche. All right? You can't avoid that. And it's easy to be sick of it because it came at Oakland's expense. It really did. But I have to tell you this, and it pains me to say this. Oakland is, as a town, screwed up. It really is. And I don't see it getting better anytime soon. I just don't. It's not a town for the collective. And it's degenerated into a town where it feels like there's class warfare. And you're not certain that your government, I don't believe my government understands how to pull the right levers to affect change in the marketplace. It's forgotten. Whatever you can say, Las Vegas, Clark County, Nevada government knows how to take public money to do that, to put people to work. That's why, it was cool to meet Tommy White and the people building there and have a frilly little, kind of, hey, can you get this done fast enough kind of challenge. they're doing the public good. Whereas in the California, there's a lot of doing the individual good. If there is a public good, it comes from a nonprofit, not a government. That's a bad thing. Sorry. Yeah. Ben Rossi says, what about the A's future? Oakland seems like it's been improving. Oh, the A's? Well, the A's, I think, are in a great position with Dave Cavall, and my only concern is, will the city deliver on its part? And will it just sit back and let the A's do everything, or will it actually come up with some ideas in terms of developing these lands and properties to assist, but also to achieve the objectives of great jobs and affordable housing? See, I don't see Oakland doing that. I don't see Oakland affecting the vision to do that in partnership with the Raiders. I see Oakland just sort of sitting back and thinking, oh, aren't we so happy we have somebody that can do some work for a change and we don't have to do any work? That's what it looks like to me. It looks like lazy Oakland. Lazy Oakland all over again, all right? I'm sorry. Just being honest. Good night, Crawford, all right? Eric Young says, exactly. Ben Rossi says, I got that one. Eric Young says, I blame everyone responsible for this. Never mind the fact that we're Raiders fans. We're losing a major source of tax revenue and jobs. Yep, we are. But, you've got people who, they're on Facebook complaining about garbage about the fact that my friend won his court battle, right? And against Oakland, where the judge basically said, hey, the judge basically said, you know what? Oakland's coal ban is basically not valid. Because the new Oakland does what the new Oakland does. It makes legislation personal toward you, and this, if you're a developer. So, well, we didn't ask for that. Actually, if you go to my blog, oaklandnewsnow.com, you'll see the front page story that Oakland actually did know. It was told, okay? It was told, all right, that Oakland knew there was going to be coal involved. They knew that there was this possibility, okay? And, okay? So, they knew it, all right? That's the modern Oakland. It's bad stuff. I have to say, it's just not, it has not, it's turned for the worst if you don't have money. If you have money, fine. But hey, look, if you got money, you're not going to have a place just in Oakland. You're going to have a place in Oakland. You're going to have a place maybe, in New York, or maybe a place in San Francisco, okay? So, But it's John Mark says Vegas took our jobs. No, Vegas didn't take jobs. Vegas' problem is the reverse of Oakland. It doesn't have enough high-paying jobs. It has too many low-paying jobs. Las Vegas, Clark County needs about 6,000 manufacturing jobs. 6,000. I calculated that some time ago. That would be the beginning of the end of the problems there, okay? The beginning of the end, all right? 6,000 jobs, okay? So, all right. Moving along. We talked about that. You know what we didn't talk about, though? We got to talk about next. We got to talk about, oh yeah, we got to talk about the NFL's, the National Football League's new playing rules, into which I got the 2008 playing rules proposals for next week's NFL Spring League meeting that yours truly has been credentialed to cover. All right, so There's 7 pages of these. I'm not going to bring the camera down and show them to you. I'm going to read them, okay? I think there's something that, I guess is part of my ignorance, but the cafe in Oakland is a bad thing. I don't understand. Eric Young. Oh, coal. You misspelled it. Coal, it's not so much this coal in Oakland. Let me explain. I'll make it real simple. The Oakland Army base was to have been redeveloped to replace low-skilled, high-paying jobs that the Army base was known for. This is now 2018, and the Army base closed in 1993, and that hasn't been done. Okay? Basically, the proposal is to develop a kind of terminal that allows the shipment of minerals. We've talked about this in Oakland for a long, long time. A deep water break bulk terminal that gives us a competitive advantage in handling minerals. Minerals like iron ore and coal. Phil made a deal with an organization, Bowie, that handles the transport of coal, and has engineered to get X amount of dollars to build this thing, all right? That's part of the deal. That's part of the development agreement that Oakland signed. And all of a sudden, the elected officials act like they didn't know, weren't told. But when you go back through the history and the documents, what you find is if they didn't know, they had to be freaking stupid. I have a video with the Economic Development Director, Fred Blackwell, telling me on video that it's going to be a break bulk terminal. It's going to handle iron ore, grain, and quote, things like that. Okay? Stuff like that. Things like that. Minerals. So then the city came up and tried to ban coal when they realized that Phil was going to do a deal with his coal organization. But they banned coal strictly to stop that land use that they had already signed an agreement to start. That's called breach of contract. Okay? And the whole idea is, well, and they made up these stats. In other words, they made up this idea that the coal coming through is going to dirty up West Oakland, which is completely BS. It'll be covered, comes through on rail, and it's put on ships, and it's gone. But people acting like we're going to make coal in Oakland. No. No. We have a greater pollution problem in West Oakland because West Oakland is at the center of where the 80 from the Bay Bridge comes, 580, I-80 north, and then 24 from the Connell Tunnel. They all meet in the middle there, right in the middle of the Bay Area. Everybody comes through there. What does that spell? It spells cars. What does that bring? It brings pollution. All right? So, okay. So there you go. Brackline Supreme, how you doing? All right? Okay. So that's the skinny there. Now, NFL rules, playing rules. Okay, so Rule 1, restraining lines. Restraining lines for a free kickoff shall be as follows unless they are adjusted, okay? The restraining line for the kicking team shall be 35-yard line for kickoff and 20 yards for a safety kick, all right? The restraining line for the receiving team should be the yard line 10 yards in advance of the kicking team's restraining line, all right? That's Article 2. We said in Rule 6, Section 1 and 2, Article 1 and 2, all right? Then now they're saying basically this is what they're getting at, okay? At least 4 players of the kicking team must be on each side of the ball. They're taking that out, all right? It says all the kicking team players must be in bounds and behind the ball when it is kicked, except the holder of a place kicker may be beyond the line, and the kicker may be beyond the line, provided that his kicking foot is not beyond the line. All right? Then it says there's a penalty for a player being beyond the restraining line when the ball is kicked offside. a player being out of bounds when the ball is kicked, the kicking team, other than the kicker, being more than 1 yards behind his restraining line, or either the kicking team being in illegal formation when the ball is kicked, that's a loss of 5 yards. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of penalties like that, folks. Okay. Article 4, catch or recovery of a free kick. The following applies to the catch or recovery of a free kick if a player of the recovering team catches or recovers the ball. Okay. What I'm going to do here is there's this link. I am going to post this after the show. Actually, I'll do this now. Okay, hold on a second. I've got an idea. I'm going to download this and post. I'm going to download this. I'm going to print it. Cancel that. Right. Cancel. I'm going to download this thing. This is what I'm doing. I'm downloading it. All right. Playing rules proposal. I'm downloading it, and I'm going to post it. I wonder if I can post it on Scrib. Let me see here. I'm going to post it where you can read it at your leisure, and we can discuss it more, so I can learn it, because I'm reading, but I'm not processing entirely the full meaning of some of what I'm reading. Does that make sense? Makes sense? Article 5, free kick crosses the goal line. It's a touchback. If a free kick A is not touched by the receiving team, the ball touches the ground, the end zone. B goes out of bounds behind the receiving team's goal line. Stuff like that, all right? They have Article 6, end of free kick. What else? So that's up for vote. Okay, here's the summary. All right, here are the summary of the changes. Current rule. Kickoff team must have 4 players on each side of the ball. Proposed change. Kickoff team must have 5 players on each side of the ball, 5 by 5. Current rule. Kickoff team cannot line up more than 5 yards. That's the current rule. Proposed change is kickoff team cannot line up more than 1 yard from this restraining line deal, okay? So, all right. Okay. There is no limit to, okay, here's another one. There's a bunch of these. You know what? I'm going to post them, right? We can get them up on Scribd, maybe. Maybe. Maybe we can get here, okay? Hold on a second, folks. I'm waiting for Scribd to open up. Open, says me. Now, why wait for it to open, right? Maybe I can... I hate the spinning wheel of death. That's what I'm getting. So while I'm looking at the spinning wheel of death there, okay. I'm going to check some scores over here. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Decided I'd check ESPN. Why not? We've got a great website for the reporting of scores. Well, wait a minute. They used to. Okay. Rockets get everything they need to top Warriors. We talked about that. Harden focusing on our game, not Warriors. Harden, LeBron, Davis finalists for MVP award. Mike Budenholzer is going to be the Bucks coach. Breeze gives amputee prep quarterback new prosthetic leg. Let's see here. What else we have? Hey, guess what, folks? The Las Vegas Golden Knights lead Winnipeg 2-1. Ooh! And with that, the Golden Knights draw a giant step closer to having the first Stanley Cup in Las Vegas, which would be the first Stanley Cup ever for an expansion team. Las Vegas must be okay? I mean, there's no other way to describe that. Kind of like Oakland when the Raiders first won the Super Bowl. I was there. It was a while ago. 1977. Oh. Ken Stabler used to hang out at Joe's Skomas. I was too young to go there. Didn't get to see the snake in his prime, but you know what? I saw a lot of things, all right? I saw a lot of things. What else here? Will Budenholzer do a good job? Let me put it this way. He did Budenholzer in winning season and a trip to the playoffs in every year, save the one this last season when Travis Schlenk came over from the Warriors. Say Travis Schlenk 3 times real fast and did absolutely nothing. Hired a dud of a year. You know, it's always these coaches, they say, we're going to come in and clean house and, you know what, we're going to start all over better and it's going to be, you know, great eventually. Why do that? I mean, just because the brass and the owner were upset, the new owner was upset that they couldn't seem to get beyond the first round of the playoffs. Hey, they got in the playoffs. The owner was upset that he couldn't get beyond LeBron. Hey, he ain't the only one. Happens. Doesn't mean you throw in the towel and, you know, switch coaches, but hey, don't tell them because that's what they did. Ooh, okay. Ooh. I'm having a technical snafu, so after I'm done, I will upload the NFL rules changes into the cloud, and they will be at zenny62.com by tomorrow afternoon. Okay? Why? Because I got to go to sleep, then I got to wake up, I got to take mom's blood pressure, I got all these other things to do. All right. And it's 2:31. Okay. Donald Richardson, how are you? Donald, how come every time I think I got to go to bed, Donald Richardson appears? What's up with that, man? Are you like the Grim Reaper or something? Dude. Good night, Albert 106. Thanks, man. Thanks. Cowboy Wrestler says, do I agree that the Rose Bowl needs to host Super Bowls again? No, I don't. And the reason I don't is because the Rose Bowl needs to be upgraded to modern standards to host the Super Bowl. The game now is, with respect to the Super Bowl, as much about fan comfort as it is location or the field. And I don't see the Rose Bowl. Now let me say something. I haven't been to the Rose Bowl. Okay, I've never been there. But it's the 21st century. I can pretend like I've been there. I can say I can go and type Rose Bowl concessions. Rose Bowl concession stands, right? And I can get an idea what it looks like. Then I just click on images, okay? And I can get an idea of what all this looks like, all right? And what it looks like to me as I page through is there's outdoor seating, and what I see, I don't see much of an indoor area. Well, I see this gigantic Well, it's not even that gigantic. I was going to say I see this gigantic, building for luxury boxes and all that, but it's not even that big. It is very much a glorified. The Rose Bowl is a glorified college stadium. So this is not the place to host the Super Bowl. The place to host the Super Bowl is being built in Inglewood. So just wait until that. But the Rose Bowl, this stadium renovation is not up to the par of the modern NFL Super Bowl specifications for seat sight lines or for luxury boxes, for the number of luxury boxes. It's just not there. Sorry. That answers your question. Okay. Okay. Corey says Rose Bowl traffic is ridiculous on game day. I don't doubt that. All right, folks. It is late. 2:34 in the morning. See you tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow afternoon, if not sooner, I will have the NFL rule changes up and installed. Give me a chance to look at them tomorrow afternoon, all right? Because I downloaded them just to chance to look at them. It's on one of those days. As John Mark says, you can bet your last money it's all been a stone gas, honey. Why does saying that remind me of Superfly? I am not seeing Superfly for the life of me. Has anyone seen the trailer for Superfly? I mean, what is that? Just some dude with hair. I mean, it's insulting to actually produce just some movie about a brother with hair that straightens his hair. I mean, what is it? It's not compelling. As Corey Brown just read, it looks corny. Yeah, it does. What's the point? The director said we're just having fun. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. Black Lion Supreme says, remember, they float down here. Gotcha. All right, good night, everybody. I'll see ya. Take care. Thanks again.